There we go. All right, we are live on Twitch. So, Mason, you want to do an intro?
All right, welcome everyone to Game 3 of the final quarterfinal match of Dawn of a Dynasty. It has been an exciting round, and now we've got quite the finisher to this round. Late night for some, early morning for others, but appreciate everyone who's sitting around watching, and Funky for the late night restream.
Man,
I've got Andrew with me. What are your thoughts?
I'm a Jeff believer until the very end, so I want to get my bias out of the way right now. No disrespect to Rasmus, but I've been telling Jeff to believe in himself ever since I met him, so I feel like this is kind of the culmination of that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I've kind of picked Jeff. Thought Jeff would be the one to win this tournament from the beginning, so I still have that belief. But now we have a card. Let me join the what's it called? Bingo sync room. But it's invasion, so we gotta look at the outside first. First goals, we got some quick ones. NPCs, 8 Serena, Bianco, hidden in 100, 15 M's. One of those, in all likelihood, will be the first click. Where are they going to go?
Boy, I don't know. I'm no routing expert. I leave that up to the professionals.
So, definitely, I mean, looking at, I think the fastest one here would be 5 NPCs. And looking at row 5, you would want to finish your NPCs in Serena. So it naturally leads into the 8 Serena Blues, but you have trouble with row 4. You can do Bianco 100 and Gelato 100 earlier, but it's Bianco 100 and Gelato 100 early. Neither of those are great. But you do have a decent 6 pipe setup for row 3. Row 3, the center row or column is always an interesting one because that's usually, if you get the most goals in that row, you are very, very likely to win. So here, one thing I do when I look at a card is I look at for columns and for rows, I look at how many easy goals are in that center row. And in this case, there are 3 goals that I see that are pretty quick. And so you really want to try to get 2 of those row 3 goals in most cases. And that Bianco hidden and 2 rockets, that works really well together. And you see that row 1 side, you get 15 M's, 5 links, 3 bosses, 7 links, Bianco hidden, 2 rockets. And you can get that fairly early with Bianco hidden into Rico 3, bit of a world tour into Pinna. So I like row 1 better than row 5, but it's difficult to force row 1 because 2 quick goals are corner goals. So then we look at columns. We've got Bianco hidden is the obvious goal. And again, Bianco hidden, as I just said, leads well into 2 rockets, which leads well into 3 bosses. And it doesn't really seem like column 1 can stop a 3 bosses click. And if you look at column 3, you see that there's, again, probably, I'd say 3 pretty easy goals with 8 Serena, 6 pipes, and 3 bosses. But the synergy isn't great with Serena here. The only goal that it goes with is like the 5 NPCs and the 6 pipes. Maybe Shines and Secrets and bosses, but you're not getting 3 bosses if you're starting column 1. So 8 Serena's in a really weird spot in columns. You got 15 M's into what? Gosh, column 2 is very, very rough. Gelato 100s in a secret early. Yeah, if you do a column 1 play, you might just have to just play defense, like get your 15 M's and then just kind of rush bosses and level shines with setup for shines and secrets, and then eventually going into Pinna 100s. Like, there's just not anything good.
What do you think they're gonna go for first?
I think so. I think column one, from what I can tell, column one looks to be the worst. Um, and column five and row one are both really good, but they're neither of those can be forced. 5 NPCs is faster. I would not be surprised to see a 5 NPC start from Rasmus, while because I think you just cannot risk a Bianco hidden column five start. I think um, you're in a tough spot if that's what you're going for. So I think as the slower player, you want to force a Rose game. Um, and so I think you go for 5 NPCs. The question is, does Jeff? I think you can pretty safely go for Bianco hidden as Jeff because you're going to want that for Rose anyways. So the only thing that Bianco hidden wouldn't go. I think Bianco hidden even beats like a 5 linked rush. So it's not like Rasmus can force Jeff into row 5 or column 1. So Jeff just rushes Bianco hidden. If he gets sniped by 5 NPCs or 8 Serena, you just go to M's and links. That's my prediction. I would go Bianco hidden if I were Jeff, and I would do 5 NPCs if I were Rasmus. You don't have to like hard rush 5 NPCs. You really just have to play around the timing for Bianco hidden. So I could see a Plaza refresh, maybe a Delfino shine or two just to get your count up. Definitely finishing with Manta, doing Serena 2, and then probably want to do an early Bianco hundreds just to threaten 2 rockets. Like you have better setup for 6 pipes, but you want to threaten 2 rockets, and you want to probably get 2 rockets just to slow down Jeff, because Jeff has no reason to do 6 pipes. That's going to be a safe goal for you. So you could do 8 Serena, Bianco hundreds, 2 rockets rush, and then just camp and pinna. Hopefully you get level shines.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, it seems like there's not much Pianta value at all on this card.
There's very, very little Pianta value. It is fast for pipe and level shines, but I could definitely see a Pianta 1 with links and M's. Really for either side, I could see someone doing Pianta 1. Beyond that, I would only expect Pianta if someone is if row 5 player is like 1 shine away from pipes or level shines and just kind of wants to make progress towards both goals. There's not no value. But
we're definitely not going to see deep Pianta on this card like we've seen in a couple of the recent games.
I would be shocked. If you're going to Pianta 5 for shines and secrets, I don't know. You're probably not in quarterfinals.
I think the game I commentated with Miami Andy, it's escaping me who was actually playing. Oh, it was JJ and J. Cool, I think. And there was one of the matches started with like full send, like Pianta 7 right off the bat, just full commitment. And now we have the polar opposite of that with basically nothing except maybe Pianta 1.
Yeah, this is the card that you want to have when you play against JJ. Because dare JJ to go to Pianta for 2 rockets and see what happens.
So Rasmus missed Jail Blue. Jeff did not miss Jail Blue. Does that decide the match at this stage?
Probably.
I think yeah.
That's usually how it works.
Yeah.
So Rasmus, he doesn't have his beloved pineapple, but he still gets a first try whenever. And he could be going for either 5 NPCs or 8 Serena. I mean, he is not rushing the 5 NPCs. Clearly, he's not worried about Jeff setting up for row 5. He knows he has time. Probably going to do NPCs after the Manta.
Makes sense.
Jeff
you want both anyways.
And entering the PD fight. much to talk about as they both do their first boss. It's a very interesting card where you have some very quick goals in the center, like 6 pipes. And on this goal, I could see it going pretty deep into the match actually, because again, Rasmus does not want to have to click 6 pipes first. You need one of Bianco Hidden and 2 rockets to really slow down Jeff. I think that's going to be what's key here, is who gets second row 3 goal. I do expect Jeff to pretty easily secure 15 M's and 3 bosses. Yeah, the question is, can he get both Bianco Hidden and 2 rockets before Rasmus gets there? Because it's not easy for Rasmus to get there. I mean, 50 totals might actually be the fastest way for him to get there, but that's gonna tank the rest of your game, so you gotta do probably the Bianco hundreds. It's tough here. I don't really know. It's not clear what to do for Rasmus after the 8 Serena and 5 NPCs. And honestly, he may hold off on the 5 NPCs. It would not surprise me if he did not want to do 3 Fruit Ladies. Don't worry, we will see a Fruit Lady. Don't worry about that.
Thank God.
I think a nice play could be doing Bianco 2 after finishing Serena 2, doing Bianco 2 and getting one of the Bianco NPCs, then doing Banana Lady and Fire Pianta for your 5 NPCs. Because you're not going to get a second row 4 click, and I don't see Jeff going for a crazy invade. You just want to defend what you've got if you're row 1 here. So Jeff shouldn't be surprised by the 8 Serena click. I would have expected 5 NPCs, but this is probably better. So it does make sense from Rasmus. I guess really it would have made sense on row 1 if Jeff had decided to call out Rasmus on his start and just take it from him. Going for 8 Serena sets you up better for row 1 than going for Fruit Ladies does. So I could see, is Rasmus going to time this click based on the timing for Bianco Hidden? Probably not. He's having some gameplay mistakes, but I think you can pretty safely figure out that's what Jeff's going for if he didn't click anything so far.
Yeah, I'm always impressed at how well people can read like what the other player is going for when there's, like 4 or 5 ostensible possibilities for how to start the match off, and everyone mostly seems to just know, like, I just think they're going for that, and they're usually right.
There's the click, the timing of it. I mean, it doesn't change anything. Jeff already has the rocket and is in Bianco Hidden. Did he get the M's? Wasn't watching. I don't think he did, though. I think he might have been worried about a race. So the timing of the click is actually probably at the best it could have been, because if he had clicked it before Jeff had entered, Jeff would have had time to get the M's and links in Bianco and not have to come back. Now he's going to have to come back because he needs both linked and M goals to really secure the goals he needs to secure. So he's going to have to re-enter Bianco, which is not
ideal.
Not what you want to do.
I'm very nervous watching both of them do secrets after Rasmus's several deaths and secrets yesterday. No disrespect, Rasmus.
Rasmus has had a death in Bianco hundreds and a secret and come back to win the match. So
that was Rasmus. You're totally right. I remember watching that one.
Jeff gonna do a linked now. No reason to click. Oh, he can't click any goals yet. Guessing he's going to enter Rico here. He does not need to enter both Gelato and Pianta unless he's worried about 5 links, which he shouldn't be. But if he does it right, he can get into Pinna and finish 15 M's, 5 links, 7 links, 3 bosses in Pinna. And that is probably going to be the best chance of him securing everything he needs to secure. I guess the question there is, can he wait on 3 bosses for that long? Because Rasmus could rush for Bianco Hidden. That is a quicker rush than 2 rockets, and if Jeff is trying to play it too safe, he could get in trouble. So, but Jeff probably needs to rush Pinna right after this Rico 1.
Wonder how Jeff is feeling about Pinna 3 hoverless being on the card after last night's match.
I've not seen either of the first 2, but I'm not shocked to see a game 3, so I'll have to go back and watch at some point.
It was, I mean, I can avoid spoiling it if you want, but...
I know Jeff wins game 1 and
well,
game 2, so...
Yeah, Jeff spent several minutes trying to get the first coin on Pinna 3 hoverless at the same time that Rasmus died in the same secret 3 or 4 times, so it was a little rough on both sides at the same time.
Yeah, why can't they have those mistakes when they play me?
They're locked in when they're playing you.
Yeah.
They got to bring their A game.
So Jeff not getting the linked yet. Might be really concerned about 15 M's. So yeah, it makes sense if Jeff really wants to secure Bianco Hidden first. It makes sense to ignore the links until, because he will have to go back to Rico for rockets. Yeah, he's getting the links now. That also makes sense. He could have ignored it because he would need to go back into Rico for Rico 2 and 3 if he's immediately rushing Bianco Hidden by getting to Pinna. He probably has time to get to... I don't know, actually. The timing for Bianco Hidden is going to be very, very interesting here. So Rasmus is doing Bianco 3. Very, very interesting.
What do you think is Jeff's first row 1 click?
It's got to be M's, and yeah, he's hard going for these M's. Yeah, if you're gonna enter Rico, like, you're gonna get enough M's to where there's no reason you shouldn't finish it before Pinna, or, you know, at the very worst, like, as you enter Pinna 1. But yeah, the real question is that row 2 click, because the only convenient boss, the most convenient boss would be getting it in Pinna, because you want to go to Pinna for links and shines and secrets and everything that happens with Pinna. But it is risky to hold off Bianco Hidden until Pinna. So we'll see what Jeff goes for here. He is rushing 3 bosses. This is a fine play. Jeff got every Rico M, so he's at 10 M's with he should be at 11 M's with 1 from Delfino, 1 from Bianco, so he could finish off his M's with Pianta 1, or he could go into what's it called? Could go into wait till Pinna, go back into Bianco. So there's a lot that Jeff can do here. It's much easier to play from row 1, but the timing of everything in row 1 is what this is going to come down to. Because again, the row 3 is really important, because Rasmus is for sure going to have the advantage to that 6 pipes. So it's all going to come down to, I think, row 3. And Jeff, what he's doing makes sense, but I think it does give Rasmus a decent chance back into this game, just because Jeff is going to get to Pinna a lot later than he could. And just depends on if Rasmus reads correctly what he can steal. Rasmus had to win a nice hundreds here.
Yeah,
Jeff
no
having
mistakes.
probably not a great manta by his standards. Is he going to go out for any blues? Grabbing the
Ocean
NPCs
Blue or
here
Riot?
would make sense. It's not out of the realm of possibility for him to take that.
You thinking Jeff might try for 5 NPCs?
There's no reason to not grab the Serena 1 NPCs. There's just enough fast NPCs if you get far enough in. He's might want to re-enter Bianco for the M's and Links and could very easily grab the NPC. And at that point, he would just need Banana Lady and oh, don't send that guy in the water, Rasmus. You would just need Banana Lady and Fire Pianta, which is not too much of a time commitment. The big question would be row 4, but okay. Did Jeff grab the NPCs? I looked away watching Rasmus's hundreds. It didn't. Don't think he did, but
Shoot, I've been watching Rasmus too. Sorry, Jeff. I'm gonna lock in for you. This is pretty typical Jeff play. I feel like it's Jeff's usually if Jeff's not getting first click, I feel like Jeff's always opening with like 3 or 4 immediate clicks altogether.
this is definitely the right call from Jeff. He would not have. Just looking at the timing of it, Rasmus is just a Bianco hidden away now. Jeff, he has to know how close Rasmus could be, so yeah, I think Jeff is just hyper focused on these ends, which is a very, very reasonable call. Rasmus is like a minute and a half away from stealing Bianco hidden. But Jeff should have that. I think he is 1M short now. It should be.
I mean, if Bianco hidden... Oh, there's the triple click.
What is Rasmus going to do? Is he going to exit area after this? Yes.
Great delay by Jeff.
Oh, no, he's... okay, he's going to finish Bianco 4. That makes sense. I like that. I would not have liked a Bianco hidden at this point. Or is he just... I'm trying to get a... What is he going for here? Going for blues, going for Bianco 4. Okay, just going for Bianco 4. Rasmus will have the edge to 2 rockets. After that, play is probably... So Rasmus will now have 2 Bianco NPCs available. I would like to see from Rasmus is 2 rockets into a just hard blues rush. 5 NPCs, 50 totals. 12 level shines is kind of precarious if you do that, and then you still need Pinna, but I think you really want to take I think you want 50 totals and threaten row 3 again, even if you don't necessarily go for 6 pipes right away.
Progress towards Delphiniums too, with all the blues.
Yeah, Jeff has a pretty sizable blue lead right now. He has 4 links, so he just needs Pinna. He can get 5 and 7 links and Pinna. But Rasmus should be able to be done with Rico 1 by that point. So yeah, we'll see what Jeff goes for. I would imagine he will do like Beach Shine with Unlock, followed by Trade into Pinna. So Rasmus, okay, he's got to be going for the NPCs here. This is going to make 2 rockets, could be very close, depends on what Jeff goes for. Doesn't look. Jeff might be going into Gelato. He might be really worried about 5 links for some reason. Um,
Now, let me ask you a question.
Go for it.
Are you ready to be done with Invasion for a while?
Yeah, I've kind of been taking a break from Sunshine since my run was ended unceremoniously by Ramato. I've been playing. I really haven't been keeping up with the matches since my loss, so it's happened to be available at this time. So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of already done with it. If that
Yeah.
your question, I've just been playing Mario Tennis. So
I feel like as a casual myself, I feel like something that doesn't get appreciated until you start watching more in depth is how much mental work goes into this. Like when I first started following this channel a decade ago, like I just thought like, oh, it's like speedrunning, but they're like racing, whatever. But like the amount of thinking and routing and planning, being able to pivot, like there's so much more that goes into it than just speed gaming. And I feel like Invasion in particular, you know, I'm not familiar with all of the other niche formats, but I feel like Invasion must really take it out of you because there's just a lot running through your mind the entire time for about 50 to 60 minutes.
yeah, I honestly think Invasion is easier on the brain than most, just because
Hmm.
I don't think it's easier to route, but I think you spend less time. There's less routing to be done. It's a lot more just these big macro routing decisions of which, you have very linear ways of progressing. So it's just which path do you take to move forward.
Yeah, that's fair. And being locked to one side of the board definitely gives you a clearer,
Yeah, so it's
vetted path.
you once you come up with these initial routes. For me, as the slower player, I come up with essentially 4 different possible routes. But once that first goal is clicked, I essentially have my next 10 to 15 minutes routed. Whereas in other formats, it is just a constant changing, adapting. Like every click could change what you're doing. Whereas in Invasion, you know, the clicks happen so much more infrequently because you have either forced delays by virtue of um, not being able to click, then also the idea of uh, not wanting to click because the click is secure for quite a long time.
Right.
So there, yeah, there's just less decisions to be made, but those decisions are more important than um, other other formats. Oh, Rasmus with
Oh,
a unfortunate honey skip attempt.
same for Jeff, I believe. They both missed it. I think Jeff was going for it, if I was watching correctly. This is reminding me of yesterday's with the Pinna 3 hoverless at the same time as Rasmus dying in the secrets, where both players were. They didn't know it, but like ships passing in the night, they were both struggling hard at the same time.
Yeah, hopefully we see some solid gameplay. We saw mostly clean up until that honey skip, so hopefully that continues. Jeff, unsurprisingly, rushing the links. Um, Not sure exactly what Rasmus is going for here in Pinna. This will be the 4th boss, and Rasmus has Bianco 5 open. But does not have as clear a path into quick invade, and he will be ahead to Pinna 3 hoverless. If Pinna 3 hoverless is the play here, that is actually going to be decently solid. He could then go. Okay, so I'm trying to think about what Rasmus could do here that would put him in a good spot. There is a Pinna Pianta play. The 6 pipes and butterfly together, which would also help him secure 12 level shines and be in good shape for Delfino Turbo. With these clicks, Rasmus should have all the information in the world. You know that Jeff has just gotten those 2 goals in Pinna. You know he has at least 29 blues, probably more, which Jeff is surprisingly efficient. He has 32 blues, and 29 of them have directly gone towards goals. But you know that you're ahead in Pinna, but not by a ton. But what is Rasmus going to do with that information? He can delay 5 NPCs for quite a while. Jeff is not going to go for a 50 totals 5 NPC steal. Not for a while. Just isn't worth the risk of being sniped to it. I imagine we'll see Rasmus click 5 NPCs with Pinna 3 hoverless, and then I think he'll do Pinna 4, but I don't know exactly what he'll go for from there. I could try to secure the 5th boss early. Could go to Pianta for pipes. Jeff, I think Jeff will do blues. I think he should leave Pinna and go for Rico Rocket at this point. I don't think Pinna has a ton of value for him. He could think about trying to take Pinna 3 hoverless, but like all the stuff that's in Rasmus's base. But when you've seen so little, you probably want to give Rasmus Pinna. You know Rasmus wants to do Pinna 3 hoverless. He wants to get Yoshi. Take that time and get the rocket. Get the blues that you need and rush to Noki to get the Noki stuff. Jeff is going back into Pinna. I don't know if he'll do Pinna hundreds right away. Probably not, but
I feel like there's two paths, right, as Jeff. And I apologize for harping on about it, but if you're Jeff, you're either thinking, screw Pinna 3 hoverless, I never want to see that goal ever again in my life. You know, that was last night. We just won't talk about it. Jeff told me that he didn't even watch the VOD back because he just was not prepared to. And so that's one outcome. Or there's Jeff Co. redemption arc, which is I'm going to go for Pinna 3 hoverless, get it perfect, and, you know, prove it to myself.
Yeah.
Which it looks like Rasmus is already having some issues with the same coin Jeff was struggling with. There we go. Second try.
Rasmus, from what I've seen in his Pinna 3 hoverless in the past, has really, really solid Pinna 3 hoverless, but especially really solid backups. So, yeah, I've seen some crazy stuff out of him. So I'm not, sometimes with a strat like Pinna 3 hoverless, like one mistake makes you go, no. Rasmus is he's going for this wall kick here. Well, he's having trouble with that. This is just a quick way to get. He doesn't even need it for this 4th red. This is specifically to get the 5th red really quick. Yep, there it is. I don't know how to do that. We'll see if Jeff goes for the hoverless here. I understand like really wanting that steal, but you should. Oh, well. And the steal here would be absolutely killer. I think Rasmus is still fine.
You think is there any chance Rasmus delays this?
Surely not. Not after these mistakes. Again, you have proof that Jeff has entered Pinna. And you can either like take the biggest gamble in the world that Jeff is just focused on taking rockets, or you can realize that Pinna 2 and 3 is always a pretty solid play, and that there's so much pinna value there. There's the click.
Yeah, there's the click.
Unsurprisingly, I do just think this was a mistake on Jeff's part to go for it. I don't hate the call. I mean, going for the aggressive invade can just absolutely derail what Rasmus was going for. I mean, if he takes Pinna 3 hoverless, like, Rasmus is so far away from getting a second row 4 click. So we'll see if Rasmus leaves. He doesn't need Yoshi yet, but he's so far away from Butterfly. We could be seeing a Pianta 1 through 4 back into Pinna 4. I don't hate that. That is just set up for his entire base. We'll see what Jeff goes for now. He's re-entering. Could he go for the Pinna Shadow Mario steal? What are the level counts here?
I do just want to point out that Jeff had a very clean Pinna 3 hoverless. I'm proud of him.
Yeah. Well, he did hover at the end, but yes, he was definitely threatening to steal that goal from Rasmus.
Yeah, we got to let him know that was close.
We have Pinna 4 from Jeff now. This is also good because it makes the Pinna hundreds significantly faster, which he definitely wants at some point. He could be going for Pinna hundreds into Goldbirds into the 2 other goals he can get at Noki. But he could also go for Pinna Shadow Mario. Jeff he has 3 level shines in Bianco, 4 in Pinna now, and then 1 in Rico, Serena, Gelato, and Pianta. So that puts him at 11 levels. Rasmus has 3 in Pinna, 4 in Bianco, 1 in Pianta now, 2 in Serena. So that puts him at, I want to say 10. So he should get 12 levels with Pianta 3, if my count is correct. I don't think he's done any trades or gotten any Delfinos, so double check in a bit.
Has Rasmus not done any trades?
He might have done 1 trade to get to Pinna, but no, he did do a Delfino. I know he at least did Underbell.
Yeah.
Rasmus traded 10. Okay, so I think he's got. Okay, so Jeff is entering Pinna 5, which tells me probably hundreds. Makes sense. It's crazy to me that no one is going for 2 rockets. I get it. Rasmus, I mean, it's almost the same amount of time to do Pianta 1, 2, 3 versus Rico 1, 2, 3. It is 2 goals as opposed to 1, but 2 rockets I think is a... Oh, golly. Making me nervous. He really wanted to race right next to Pianta, so... See if Jeff gets some blues here, if he gets the butterflies. I don't know if he has 12 from Pinna yet. He's got to be close because he got 6 from Linked, and I know he's gotten a few more.
And this is sand dollars, correct?
Just whatever you want to call it.
Okay, I like to stay up to date with the the cool slang. It's only sand dollars if it's not the one with the bullet bills, I believe, right?
Rasmus.
Oh my god. Those Goobles are just such bros. That was a get down, Mr. President moment.
I imagine Rasmus would have been fine. But that'll guarantee it.
Whew.
Okay, so there's the 12 levels. He for sure has it now. I wasn't sure if I missed a count on 1, but he definitely has at least 12. So, is he going to? Yes, he is going to, which makes sense. Yeah, Jeff going to go for 2 rockets here. What Rasmus is doing is really solid, protecting the goals he needs to protect. But what is he going to do that annoys Jeff? You know, you got to annoy your opponent in Invasion. And I don't know, I don't see exactly what Rasmus is going to do to annoy Jeff at the moment. I think Jeff will, I guess it's going to be, I imagine we'll see a Goldberg rush right now. That, I think, is what makes the most sense from both players. Jeff checking, probably checking to see if he has 12 in Rico. I couldn't see, but it looked like it. Surely, he got 9 M's. He's got to
Yeah,
have.
I was going to say 9 M's to get the linked.
Okay, so Rasmus is delaying 6 pipes. No, he clicked it. Interesting. I mean, he definitely could have been taken. Now Jeff is the one who has hidden information. Okay, we're seeing a Goldberg rush. Think Rasmus might win to it, which would be really... Oh yeah, Jeff is... That pin of hundreds is really... It makes sense because he needed it to get Goldberg, but it's going to cost him the time to get into Noki. But Jeff does have 12 from 4. Also, Noki is going to be 2 rockets. Rasmus might win. No, Jeff is going to get 2 rockets. Sorry. This is really good timing from Jeff because if he went for like a pure Goldberg rush with rockets there, he might lose both goals. But securing rockets is solid.
So Jeff's got 12 from 4 in his pocket. He's got 50 totals in his pocket. Just clicks rocket. So I don't know much, but I feel like I like Jeff's position. Like he's got a lot of progress or goals already secured, just not clicked.
Question is, what is Jeff gonna do to get? Order is Jeff gonna go for the goals in? Because yeah, Jeff is in good shape. 5 bosses is good for. I mean, both players are at 4 bosses. Or no, Rasmus hasn't done Rico 1. So, what is Jeff going for here? Is he just setting up? Going for left bell is a fast Delfino. Yeah, he's going for Goldberg. You will lose that, but honestly, Rasmus doing 4 Noki shines just isn't enough value to take away from Jeff. Jeff is in a very comfortable spot. He can very comfortably get to any row he needs to. He's got 12 from 4. You know, he can do the 4 Noki shines at any point. He's got 50 totals. That'll set him up for row 5. Like, he's probably technically behind a Delfino Turbo, but that is very much in the realm of possibility. Yeah, Jeff trying to secure 50 totals. We'll see if he goes for Goldberg before seeing both Goldbergs click. I can't imagine we'll see a delay here. Okay, Jeff is not going for Goldbergs. Going for Shines and Secrets, maybe? Jeff is at 4 Shines and Secrets. But I think Jeff really just wants to secure 50 totals. And 12 from 4. Okay, I can't tell how many he has in here.
Let's see, Jeff's at... What is that? Is he at 37 or 47?
He is traded in...
I know he traded at least 20, or did he trade in another 10?
I believe he just traded in at 20.
Okay, so he's at 37.
Yep.
Or...
yeah, you can get the 12 from 4 and 50 totals. Okay, so Rasmus going back here. Rasmus can get Butterfly, Delfino Turbo. That's kind of it that he's like for sure gonna get. Yeah, I do think Jeff's in the better position, but it is not free to close this out. Closing out bingos are the hard part. Jeff is very nervous about this 12 from 4. Z-menuing for a second time.
Yeah, I can't blame him. He would probably definitely rather, as my mom says, she's a seamstress, measure twice, cut once.
Yes, I can definitely relate to Z-menuing to see how many I have, and then Z-menuing to make sure that I could do the simple math of 15 plus 7 is 22. Okay, so Jeff isn't even worried about Shines and Secrets. He is just focused on these blues. He can trade into Noki. Does he want to secure it before that, though, is the question.
And Rasmus is not even thinking about 50 totals, right? I feel like Rasmus is at
I mean, yeah, I think Rasmus gave up on 50 totals once he saw 7 links clicked.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I don't think Rasmus has more than 20 blue coins at this point.
Oh my gosh, are we seeing a finish out of Mario race? This could get interesting. This is not what I expected. I think if Jeff wins to finish out of Mario, he just wins. The problem is Jeff wants blues. Those blues might be enough to do him in. I don't think it's too bad for Jeff because he will want Shines and Secrets at some point. But, man, going for these blues. He definitely will have 12 in Pinna after this if he didn't already. But he has 12 from 3. I don't think he has a 4th yet. Imagine he would go to Noki at some point and do that. But Rasmus. Oh no.
Lost the stew.
This could get really bad for Rasmus if. Oh.
They're keeping it cinema.
This is an EYG moment. Oh, Jeff. This blue is not necessary. That was
Jeff is
the most unnecessary blue of all time. I get it, though. He's worried. I mean, when you're that close to securing 50 totals, I had a game with Jeff where I just didn't expect him to take blues because it just made so much more sense for me to do blues. And I was at 39 blues and he got 40 blues and clicked it.
Yeah.
Just because I wasn't prioritizing it. So yeah, I could definitely see, wanting to get 50 totals. I think this will be harmless in the scheme of things because he was not going to get finish out of Mario anyways. The main thing it cost him is a Shines and Secret. He is still behind to Delfino Turbo. I don't think that would have made a difference there. So
my favorite question that gets asked every time at about this point, what is Jeff's win con from here?
So he's got the 2 goals in his base. 12 from 4, 5 bosses, and then take your pick. Rasmus should secure Shadow Mario, Delfino Turbo. He needs to not go for Butterfly. He needs to delay Butterfly as long as possible. Jeff gonna go for the blues here. The goals that are really in contention here are 13 Delfinos. Jeff having a pretty sizable head start to that with hitting 50 blues, but Rasmus doing some slower Delfinos already with doing Goldbird. Goldbird's usually not in the fast 8 or fast 9. So Delfinos could go either way. Shines and Secrets, Jeff not getting that pin of 6, that's where it's most going to hurt him. He is not going to have that pin of 6 Shine and a Secret. Rasmus has Serena 2 done, and now he has Yoshi. He's not going to unlock Serena. Going to go for the left bell. Ooh. Quite. Okay, there it is. Yeah, so Rasmus probably thinking 13 Delfinos. Jeff, he probably should know that 13 Delfinos is a risky thing to go for. Like, it's the obvious play when you're going to do as many blues as Jeff is doing. But that makes it the easiest one to steal. Especially once Rasmus unlocks Turbo and potentially Rocket later, like he's going to have fast Delfinos that would not normally be available in a 13 physical Delfino rush. So yeah, so the question is going to come into 7 Shines and Secrets, 13 Delfino, Gelato 100s. Jeff will have the edge to Gelato 100s because Rasmus has not done Gelato 1. Okay, Rasmus getting the clicks there. Oh gosh. So I think Jeff will probably... So Jeff can't click 5 bosses until 12 from 4, so this makes a lot of sense to secure the 12 Noki before going for 5 bosses, but it may cost him 4 Noki Shines. Honestly, I don't really know exactly what Jeff would have done differently. I mean, we'll see. Gosh, this is a really, really close finish, I think. There's so many goals that are just could go either way.
Yeah.
It is 8-9 Rasmus at the moment, but every goal outside of 12 from 4 could go pretty much anyway. I guess Butterfly and 5 bosses are going to go the way of the person who has the lead right now. But yeah, everything else is... Oh, Jeff could be going for the boss right here. I would like that a lot. He had 0 blues entering Noki, so really easy. Yeah, he can just go for the boss here.
Nice.
I think he... Oh gosh, this is going to be really tight for 4 Noki. Rasmus needs to know to not go for the boss, but I can't see Jeff going for... I can't see Jeff delaying 5 bosses. Oh, you can't click 5 bosses. He's going to have 12 and 4. Sorry. Yeah, this is... It's difficult to focus. There's so much to consider here. Every goal has so many layers to it at this point. This 4 Noki is going to really, really matter. This should be
clicks from
Jeff's
Jeff.
12th. Yep, there's the double click from Jeff. This should not come as a surprise to Rasmus. Rasmus should have, I believe, a like 10 to 15 second lead for 4 Noki. But there is absolutely no reason for Jeff to go for Eel Blues right away, other than to open up 7 Shines and Secrets. So Jeff is actually not going to go for the hidden. This is interesting. He could be just entering Noki 4 for the hidden as a 50-50 play. But yeah, Jeff will get the Eel Blues, and then it will be... Oh man, probably should be a Gelato 100 race after that, which Jeff will have the lead to.
I'm scared.
Because yeah, I think Rasmus will... Jeff is just gonna have to make the right calls. It is Jeff's to lose, but he has to make the right call, and it is not an easy call to make. Well, Jeff doesn't know that Rasmus is as close to. Jeff doesn't know much about what Rasmus is doing in Noki. He could predict that Rasmus went from Delfino Turbo to Noki. That would be a very fair prediction. Um,
So do we see a world in which Jeff delays for Noki?
Rasmus will have it right here. I don't see Rasmus delaying it.
Oh, right. Rasmus has the bird.
Yeah, Rasmus to Goldberg. He is delaying it. I don't see any reason to. Okay, so it actually. Because there's no reason for Rasmus to enter for Eel Blues. And this click timing, going for the butterfly. Oh, this is.
Is Jeff gonna steal this?
Jeff is gonna. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Steals that. Does Rasmus immediately leave? Does Rasmus rush Eel Blues? No, he doesn't. Oh my gosh, this has to be the game. You had it. Rasmus would have had the edge to it, and
Is Rasmus okay?
Rasmus might be giving up.
Wow.
I mean, this is. Yeah.
Wow.
that
What a
was
finish.
Yeah, there's nothing Rasmus could do to get to 7 shines and secrets before Jeff did, because he would have had to secure 13 Delfinos.
Damn. I don't think these
It's a
two
fair
players
call
should.
by Rasmus. It was. I understand the risk, and just sometimes it doesn't work out. Welcome in, Rasmus. GG's. Valiant
Hello.
effort. Very exciting match.
Yeah, I think I for sure have a chance if I don't over delay Noki.
Yeah.
How much longer were you going to delay that for?
Probably until I grab the shine. So.
Oh, wow. Very close.
Yeah, it would have been very, very close had you gotten that click. Welcome in, Jeff. GG's. Congrats on moving on.
GG's.
GG, GG.
So the match ended with a 4 Noki shines over delay.
Yeah, that checks out. That makes
Rasmus,
sense.
did you? I do want to ask. Did you consider when the shine gate was spawning and the click happened? Did you consider going into Noki to try and take Eel Blues back?
I could, I guess, but I feel like I guess I don't know how many shines in secret you have, but
I don't really know because I was like trying to count it. Sorry, I'm kind of whispering at this hour, but I had Bianco 3, Bianco 3R, I had Gelato 1, and I had Pinna 2. I think that's the extent of it.
okay, so you still needed 3 more shines.
It would have been, I think, a lot of. It would have come down to some 50-50s had you gotten that Noki goal, because you would have probably been able to get 13 Delfinos while Jeff gets Eel Blues. You get Butterfly, and then it's Jeff probably gets Shines and Secrets, and then it's a Gelato Hundreds race. So
yeah.
It likely would have come down to Gelato Hundreds had you gotten that, but I do think Jeff had a slight advantage to that, especially having already done Gelato 1. So it was a very fair call to delay and try to risk it all. But obviously, it's unfortunate when those don't work out. So yeah, I guess I'll give you guys a chance if you want to ask any questions or any initial thoughts on the card. I'll give you all the chance to talk.
How much Pinna progress did you have, Jeff?
I was about to do EYG and then I choked and the guy died, so I exited area. So,
probably for the best, Jeff. You were Rasmus was ahead in EYG after you stopped for Blues.
Yeah, I felt better about it after I saw the click from him.
Yeah.
You entered Pinna 3 first, and then you went for some of the craziest. Doing the basket blue for your 50th was very unnecessary, but I understood it completely.
I think at that point, it's like, I mean, yeah, it's 50 totals, and like Rasmus probably doesn't have blues progress, but at the same time, like it's what was it, like 50 minutes into the game, and it's like the earliest total goal. Like I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like I needed to do it.
Completely reasonable click, especially after we had that scrim where you took 40 blues when I was not going for it at 39, thinking
I
you
saw
weren't going for it. So
I saw it happen to Peaches like this season where he had like 39 blues or something, and then it cost him. So I'm always like kind of paranoid about that. But yeah, it's a shame about Noki Shines though. I guess I kind of thought I was gonna lose that, so when it was still up, I was kind of shocked, but I was like, I kind of have to go for it.
Yeah.
I felt like because I was like looking at if I could play like a 3-3-3-3-1, and my conclusion was no. So I was like, I at least need one of these Noki goals. So I was 5 bosses. Like, did that make you
I
think?
considered stealing it. I only have 3, but I could have gone for 5 bosses with like Noki 2 and Rico 1 instead of doing Pena.
Oh, what I mean by that is, when I mean like, did 5 bosses like alert you to me doing Noki 2?
Yes, actually.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which I guess I forgot about. Because
That's fair.
otherwise I wouldn't have delayed Noki Giants that much.
That's fair. Yeah. So what did you? So you started? Was it like a full-on Serena Blues rush? I guess.
I killed, I unlocked Bianco, but otherwise, yes, I went into
Okay.
Serena.
Was Bianco hidden close at all, or?
I was in the Shine, or like I had entered Bianco 4.
Okay.
When you
yeah,
click
he
it.
was able to pivot and do Bianco 4 instead of finishing out the.
Yeah, I went and picked
But
up the rocket.
he had entered Bianco 4,
Yeah.
having already done the 100.
There was a little bit of a routing snafu by me, where I really wanted to pick up like the linked and like the M's in Bianco, and I thought that the timing of it would, when Rasmus clicked 8 Serena or 5 NPCs, if he did one of those two, I would have, ample time to stop for the M's and links
Yeah.
away. But the timing just worked out where I was in the secret, and I thought that column 1 was like kind of unplayable. So I was like,
Yes.
all right, I'm gonna try to force Bianco hidden at that point. So I kind of pivoted to Pianta 1 as a substitute, and I think that was fine.
Yeah, I did not want to be put in column 1 on this card.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I would probably have done setup instead of going for the counter row.
I mean, column 1 itself is good. It's just column 2 is kind of.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I will say at the start, I did predict that Rasmus would go for row 5 and Jeff would go for Bianco hidden. I do think that is honestly, I don't want to say like a forced start, but like I do think as the faster player, Bianco hidden is the best start, and as the slower player, you kind of have to force row 5 to avoid column 1. So
yeah,
I was expecting 5 NPCs, but I think the 8 Serena was a better play, not having to do any fruit ladies. I was expecting at least one fruit lady, but I think making it work with 0 was the right call. But I didn't expect you to make it into Bianco 5, but I think it worked out.
yeah.
I'll say the one goal that I expected to play a bigger factor was 2 rockets. Definitely could have gone either way. Both of you had opportunities where you were up to it and could have gone for it. What was the thought process on the value of that goal?
I didn't want to do Rico for it, so I was like, maybe I can get to Noki fast enough. But with Bianco hundreds and Serena, that was not the case.
Yeah, I
you
still
did win
think.
Denoki, but
yeah, but I needed to be there like 1 shine earlier.
I did predict in my head that you were gonna win Janoki, so that's why I actually did Rico 3.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Basically early, just just to block that. So yeah. Because I thought I was gonna lose Goldbird, so I just didn't even bother. I'm trying to think of what else.
I do have something I'd like to point out.
Yeah.
Yes.
You did get sniped to pin a 3 hoverless, Jeff, but your pin a 3 hoverless was very clean, and I was proud of you.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a redemption arc, except Rasmus got the
Oh,
win
yeah.
anyway.
That's exactly what I called it. I said, this is either one of two things. This is either Jeff avoids that goal and says he never wants to see it again in his life, or he says, I'm going to do it just to prove to myself that I can. And it was the redemption arc.
Rasmus entered a full pin of 2 ahead of you, so
Yeah, mine was not clean.
if Rasmus had lost that goal, it would have just been the end of the match right there.
Bingo. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, if it's up, I'm gonna go for it. I didn't think I was gonna win it, but I was like, I have to. If it's up, I'm gonna go for it. I don't like to
Yeah.
coward out of strats unless I'm like really nervous. And I felt okay.
Yeah, I was afraid that you were ahead of me in pin, actually.
Hit of progress is pretty neutral. So I'll tell you what I was gonna do to end the game. I was actually just gonna do butterfly. I don't know if you have progress to that. After I clicked eel blues, I was just gonna
I
try
have.
to do.
Oh, yeah.
He had butterfly open.
Yes, I had Pianta 4 done. So.
That was my guess, but I was gonna hope that you were gonna be so busy with like Gelato hundreds and 13 from Delfino that I could like
Yeah.
split. And I don't know if it would have worked or not. Maybe I would have been sad, but I think it would have probably tried it.
Would you have gone for that if you had split the Noki goals?
Me? No. That would have been just my closer, like my 13th goal if I got both Noki goals.
Yeah, I think it would have made sense for Rasmus to get butterfly at some point, especially since Pianta 5 is a secret.
That is true.
Yeah.
I might have done Gelato hundreds also, but I would have had to talk myself into it.
Yeah, I was gonna do like 13 Delfinos into butterfly into Gelato hundreds.
That makes sense. That might have won out. But
Yeah,
But I needed so many Delfinos because I only have 20 blues.
I think in that case, then I probably. I mean, it's tough to say. There's so many like 50-50s in late game.
Yeah. I guess what do I need to do? I need to do Shine Gate, both box games, Pachinko, Beach Pipe, and then one more.
Turbo Cop open.
Oh yeah, true. Because I have.
Or you could have even eventually gotten the Rocket and done.
Yeah.
Lighthouse and Wrightville.
I will say that 7 shines from secrets was like a huge part of what I really wanted at some point. But
How did that go?
I messed up EYG. Like
Oh
really
yeah,
badly.
true. Right.
So that was gonna be my 5th, and then I was in Gelato 1R or I was in Gelato 1 again for 1R with 12 blues, but I was like, I just need to exit area here, which probably was a mistake. But if I got those 2, which was like kind of my game plan, then I think I might be fine with shines and secrets at that point.
I don't mind the Gelato blues. I think doing the Delfino and Pinna blues that you did past 12 from 4 were obviously you didn't know this, but it definitely slowed you down a bit and probably cost you a bit in Noki if you had just had the confidence to finish 12 from 4 and 50 totals in Noki. It would have been really nice, and you probably win 4 Noki regardless. But yeah, obviously, and I said this at the time, is securing 50 totals made a ton of sense, even if you did it in a bit of a desperate move to get the 50 totals when you did. But
yeah, again, I'll say that it was like 50 minutes into the match, or I don't know if it was 50. It was at 47-29, and it's like, Rasmus probably doesn't have it, but he has 8 Serena blues. He has like 5 NPCs. That's like 12 blues. He probably picked up like 10 other blues. If he wanted to go for it's kind of a cope, but you kind of.
I mean, honestly, it's really just how you play as, I think, the faster player versus being the slower player. Sometimes as the slower player, like, you have to take those risks of, I need my route to be as efficient as possible.
Yeah.
And either you lose bad or you come from behind and win. But as the faster player, you want to avoid spending all this time for a goal and then losing it closely. So it's worth the extra little effort to close it out to avoid how devastating of a loss that could have been. So yeah, I think none of the routing decisions were bad, and just a few, that slightly off that, in a game with this fine margins, it's the difference maker.
Yeah, that felt like a really, really close game. Like, it felt like I was getting 1 to 2 clicks, then Rasmus was getting 1 to 2 clicks. It felt like just a very, like, energetic game in that sense.
Was trying to commentate, but my mind was all over the place trying to figure out who has the edge to those column 2 goals. I was just like, any one of those 3 goals could go either way.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah. Even if I lost this one, I was gonna feel a little. At least this one was like a match instead of what happened last night.
Your first 2, yeah.
Where I was like, at least if I lost this one, I was gonna be like, all right, it was close. Yesterday, I don't know what happened. I fell asleep, I think, a little bit. But yeah,
you two should simply not play each other. The scheduling is just it's just unfeasible.
yeah, it's hard, We're older. We're not in. I was saying this the other day, but like it's so much harder to schedule matches these days than 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
but,
are you really adulting if you're not calling out sick to work just to play bingo?
I don't know.
Yeah. Chew on that.
True. Yeah, GG's Rasmus. That was probably the most chaotic best of 3 I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Ever. So, GG's. And I don't know. I don't have anything else to say unless you do.
All right, Rasmus, your tournament run has come to an end. The last qualifier standing.
Oh yeah.
But any closing thoughts on the match or your tournament as a whole?
Bingo's fun.
Nicely put.
It's a good
Super
take.
glad that you joined in on this. And Jeff, looking ahead to Ramato, any thoughts, any trash talk to send his way?
Yeah, Romano sucks, and I'm gonna beat him 13-3, 2-0. No, just kidding. Romano is obviously very good. That being said, I've had a lot of close games with Romano in scrims. We've never had really a close game in a tournament match, so I'm hoping to change that. I will be a little more well rested for my scrims against Ramada, or my matches against Ramada. So I think those will be a good showing, and I think it could go anyone's way, honestly. Even though Ramada's like the classic favorite, but I think I can win that.
I'll go on record and say I'm predicting a Jeff Compass 2-0. 2 close games, but I'm predicting a 2-0.
Hell yeah. I'll predict that as well, but also because you should believe in yourself.
Wise words.
Yeah. All right. By the way, I want to say thanks to all the commentators and like restreamers over the past 2 nights. Thanks for staying up late.
Appreciate you doing it at this time so I could come.
Yep.
All right, Funky, take us away.
Yeah. We're rating attacking. Oh shit. I'm not muted. All right. We're rating attacking toucans. So say hi and good night, everybody, or good morning. Thanks for watching. And schedule the next matches eventually. Goodbye.